Greetings, comrades. This is Andre Agudes Desjardins, and we are going to do Rivals of Ixalan Crack-A-Pack. Alright, so first up we have a Sailor of Means. He's a blue and 2 colorless. We've seen him before. He's a reprint. He's a 1/4. When he enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. I know a lot of people don't like the fact they reprinted some cards besides Legion Conquistador. But I really like the fact, because it's just 5 less cards, I need to learn what they do. Like, I know what he does, and I like how they changed the flavor text to show how the world's changed just a little bit. So, I think Sailor Means is still like a C. He's good at blocking. He makes you a treasure. I don't think the 1 treasure for the Ascend really makes that much of a difference. But, you know, it is, I guess, slightly better in this set, but I think he's a C. Like, I still really like Sailor of Means, but he's replaceable as a blocker. Alright, next up, Frill Death. 1 red, 2 colorless for a 3/2 dinosaur. Yeah, and he has Enrage. Whenever he's dealt damage, he deals 2 damage to target opponent. This guy's a C+. He's probably going to get his damage in either way. Playable, but nothing ever too special. C+, like, you don't want to first pick these. Divine Verdict is 1 white, 3 colorless for an instant. Destroy target attacking or blocking creature. I'm not that big a fan of this type of removal at 4 mana. Like, that is a lot of mana. If I suspect you have it, like, it's a big cost. Especially if I'm attacking, unless you have something with flash or another instant, you're skipping your whole turn. And plus, also, it was better when it was called Neck Snap. I'm going to give this card like a D+. Like, I don't think it's great removal. I'll sometimes end up running it, but I won't be too happy about it. I'd rather just a good body. Alright, next up is River Darter. It is a 2/3. And can't be blocked except by can't be blocked by dinosaurs, and it's a 2/3 for 3. Merfolk Warrior. C, like, sometimes the text will come into play, sometimes it won't. There are some dinosaurs, but even the dino decks have humans in them. So, like, basically treat him as a 2/3 for 3. That's a C in blue, C-, something like that. I'm not looking to play this card, but he'll definitely get in the deck. Alright, here's a guy I really like, Dusk Legion Zealot. It's 1 black and 1 colorless for a 1/1 vampire soldier, and when he enters the battlefield, you draw a card and lose a life. Phyrexian Rager is good. Elvish Mystic is good. Like, this guy's going to be good. This guy's going to be C+. You're going to be happy to play 2 or 3 of him in your deck. There are a lot of 1 toughness creatures kicking around, so, you know, he's probably going to get some action out of him. I think he's what I'm first picking out of this pack so far. Alright, next up is Knight of the Stampede. It is 1 green, 3 colors for a 2/4 human knight. And dinosaur spells you cast cost 2 less to cast. I mean, it's fine. The discount at 4 mana really isn't as important as, you know, the ramp at 2 or the discount at 2 that the other set had. But he is a common. He blocks pretty well. You know, 4 toughness is a lot. He does help you cast your Colossal Dreadmaws next turn regardless. But I think it's a C. Like, he'll make the Dino deck cut sometimes, and sometimes he won't. Alright, Sworn Guardian, aka Maritime Guard. It's 1 blue and 1 colorless for a 1/3. This format is probably a lot about blocking, but there are quite a few 3-power creatures kicking around. Maritime Guard, last time we saw it in Origins, was pretty good because it was the 2-power creatures, but I think there's a lot of 3-power creatures in here, so I think he's less good at blocking than, say, Sailor of Means. I would take Sailor of Means over him. The exception is he's excellent, of course, against the Vampire deck, because their 2-drops are mainly 2/1s or 1/1s, so he's great there. Probably C-. You might run him, you might not. I'd rather Sailor of Means, but in the Vampire deck, against a Vampire deck, he can definitely do some work. Alright, speaking of a few cards ago, Colossal Dreadmaw, another reprint. 4 colorless and 2 green for a 6/6 trample. Very on rate, very good common finisher for your big dumb dino decks. C plus if you are in the big dumb dino deck, you can bump them up to B minus if you need a finisher. But definitely one of the better finishers. Again, you probably want the uncommon ones a bit more though, so there's no need to pick him right now. Alright, Luminous Bonds. 2 colorless and white for enchant creature, and it can't attack or block. Slightly more expensive pacifism. Still a very good card. I like how it sticks around to help you count for Ascend as your removal. At the same time, it also has your opponent's creature stick around. But this is like your B minus. This is what I'm picking out of the pack so far. There's not that many utility creatures in this format, so it really does act as good removal. So heads and tails, this is what I'm picking so far. Alright, Dark Inquiry. I believe it's a functional reprint of Conjunction or something, but it's 2 colors, 1 black. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose no land card from it. They discard that card. I'm very low on these cards. They have to, I would never start it, and they would have to have like a really good bomb that I had no other way to deal with in order to bring it in. Like as a 1-for-1 it's fine, but when you top deck, if you're both top decking, it's pretty bad. It's not what I'm looking to do on turn 3. This is like a D minus. Like, I do not want to play this card. There are situations where you should side it in, but I'm not looking for this. Alright, we have some uncommons. Forerunner of the Empire. It is 3 colors and a red for a 1/3 human soldier, so it better have some good text on it. It has, when it enters the battlefield, you may search the library for a dinosaur card, reveal it, shuffle it, and put it on top. So it tutors for the dinosaurs. There's a forerunner for each of the tribes. And when a dinosaur enters the battlefield under your control, you may have Forerunner of the Empire deal 1 damage to each creature. This is to help get all the enraged triggers in. If you had a few dinos with enraged triggers that are good, I would consider drafting this guy. Otherwise, I'd just leave him alone. I'm not looking to first pick this guy and build around him. I don't think he's powerful enough for that, especially in the face of something like Luminous Bonds. But when you want him, he will definitely be an overperformer for you. So this is one of the things where it's like he's a D minus in most decks, but he can be bumped up to a B minus in the correct decks. But I'm not looking to first pick those type of cards. Alright, Jungle Creeper. It is a 3/3 for a black, a colorless, and a white, and you may return him from your graveyard to your hand for 3 colorless, a black, and a green. Sorry, it wasn't white, it was green. Super solid guy, C+, definite source of inevitability. My problem is it's like the black-green deck really isn't a thing. Like, there's not a supported tribe for it. The Explore decks never really came into fruition, and they didn't get any support here for that. He's just a good guy, so if you have enough of those, 2 colors, good, you're going to be happy to have him, and I think those 2 colors need him. But I'm not looking to first pick him. If you are in those decks, he's probably a C+, B-, but I'm still first picking the Luminous Bonds. Alright, Charging Tuscadon. It's a 4/4 trample, and if it would deal for 3 colorless and 2 red, and if it would deal combat damage to a player, it deals double that amount of damage instead. This is a C. If you are in a dino deck and need a 5-drop, it can be a 5-drop dino for you. The fact it kills your opponent on an empty board is nice, but it's no charging monster soar. It doesn't have haste, so they can keep things back to block it, use their spot removal, whatever. I think it's a C. I think it's a pretty average 5-drop. Alright, and we have a rare. It's Nezal, Primal Tide. It's the Elder Dinosaur of Blue. It can't be countered. You have no maximum hand size, and when an opponent casts a non-creature spell, draw a card. And discard 3 cards. Discard 3 cards. Exile. Nezar, return to the battlefield. Tapped under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah, so like you can discard 3 cards to save him from any type of spot removal or anything like that. I think he's like a nice type of control mirror breaker, but I don't know if you're going to run a main. Nice that he can't be countered, and later on when you have a grip full of cards, you can, protect him, but I don't know if he just beats Approach of the Second Sun right now for how control decks want to do things. In Limited, he's probably too expensive to see play. So I'm picking the Luminous Bonds right now, and Island and a Phoenix token. So yeah, I'm picking the Luminous Bonds. Pretty boring crack a pack. I took the good removal, yay! So this is, I guess, as a thing for the format, I've just, most of the creatures at the same casting cost are replaceable for each other. I am looking forward to see if we go deeper, if this changes how Ixalan drafts. I'm not sure that is going to happen, but right now, of course, there's not enough data or points to verify that, so I'm hoping it will, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's just we get some new toys and slightly different gameplay, but the core of how we drafted Ixalan remains the same. So, there's a few crack pats and quick thoughts. This is Andre Aguides Desjardins. Have a good day.